Welcome to another episode of Connecting Bites, where we show you incredible places to travel and eat, especially for vegetarians. And today, we have another special episode for you. We're going to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I was in Jeddah on business recently, and I had the opportunity to do something really cool. I was able to drive from Jeddah to Taif. If you don't know where Taif is, or you've never heard of it, it's about 2 hours east of Jeddah, and it's in the mountains. It's known as the City in the Clouds, or the City of Roses, and it's called that because it's at an elevation of over 6,000 feet. And this drive was so cool. Now, fresh off the plane, before I did anything, I was really hungry, and so I decided to check out this little spot called Vegan Street. It's so small, but so tasty. The morning before my drive, I decided to get breakfast, and I stopped in at this French-inspired cafe, a lot of those in Saudi Arabia, called Brioche. And let me tell you, don't let that salted caramel French toast escape you. Don't let it go by you, people. Don't let it go by you. And while we're actually on bread, the bread basket from Brioche, slick, one of the most delicious bread baskets I've ever had from any restaurant, anywhere. Before I set out on my drive, I decided to walk the Corniche. And anyone who knows anything about the Corniche in these cities knows that it's probably best to do it early in the morning before it gets really crowded. Once the sun goes down, there are often a lot of vendors, a lot of food trucks, and it's not quite as pleasurable an experience. So I walked the Corniche in the morning. It wasn't hot, it was nice and cool, and I really enjoyed it. Without a doubt, the dopest thing that I did was drive from Jeddah to Taif. And one of the reasons why is because halfway between the drive is Mecca, the holy city of Mecca, the holiest city in all of Islam. And I was actually shocked at how close to the city I could actually get. Now, when you've been living in Saudi Arabia, you hear lots of rumors about checkpoints and all these other things. There were actually no checkpoints. Once you get to Mecca, before you can take that street that goes downtown, there's a bypass. You have to take the bypass if you are not Muslim. This is not optional. This is mandatory. I was actually floored at how close to the city I got. You could see the clock tower, the Royal Clock Tower. You could see it as clear as day. And the city is so beautiful. I thought the bypass would take me further outside of the city, on the outskirts, and that I wouldn't really be able to get a good look at the city, but I was. And being able to take the bypass and still see the clock tower and still get a really nice look at the city was really humbling, and it's something that I highly recommend. It was absolutely the highlight of my trip. As you come out of the holy city of Mecca, you will approach the city of Taif, but you can't see it just yet because there's a giant mountain wall in the way. Now, at the top of that mountain, you can kind of make out a hotel or some structure. It's actually the Hada Hotel, which is where you go to buy tickets to ride the cable car that I'll talk about later. What you can't see is the winding road that goes all the way up the mountain. It's breathtaking, people. So it's not necessarily an obvious process when buying your tickets for the cable car. You buy your tickets at the Ramada Hotel at the top of the cliff, but it's not actually inside the hotel. The ticket booth is actually outside the front of the hotel, near the gate for the entrance. Once you buy your tickets, you then proceed through a side hallway, which opens up to the cable car, where you can then hop on and enjoy. On my way back, of course, I was hungry, right? I mean, this is Connecting Bites. So I decided to stop into Gingerleaf, a beautiful Indian restaurant inside of the beautiful Jeddah Hilton. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this episode of Connecting Bites. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe in that order. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for viewing.